Hello and welcome. Today we are exploring a tale of myth, magic, and modern-day tragedy from the new 2025 film, Serpent of Beauty. This is a story that asks a powerful question. Can love survive in a world that is terrified of anything different? It is a story about a girl born with a terrible curse and a lonely boy who sees the beauty behind the monster. Join us as we uncover every secret and every heartbreaking moment of this unique and thrilling movie. The beginning of the story takes us to a small, quiet hospital late at night. The hallways are dim, and the air is thick with the sterile smell of antiseptic. Here, a man named Sutad is waiting outside a delivery room, his hands trembling and his face pale with worry. He paces back and forth, the sound of his footsteps echoing in the empty hall. His wife is inside in labor, and every muffled sound from behind the closed door makes his heart pound faster. He is about to become a father, a moment that should be filled with joy, but instead, it is filled with a heavy sense of dread. After a while, which feels like an eternity to Sutad, the door to the delivery room creaks open, and the doctor comes out. Sutad rushes to him, his eyes wide with questions. Sutad asks the doctor about the condition of his baby. He asks if the baby is healthy, if his wife is okay, his words tumbling out in a panicked rush. The doctor has a strange expression on his face. It is not a look of sadness, but of confusion and fear. The doctor tells Sutad that the baby is fine, but there is something strange. He hesitates, struggling to find the right words. He explains that the baby girl is healthy, her lungs are strong, but her appearance is unnatural. He tells Sutad to prepare himself for a shock. Confused and terrified, Sutad goes to his wife. He pushes past the doctor and enters the delivery room. His wife is lying on the bed, exhausted but with a look of pure love on her face as she looks at the small bundle in her arms. But when Sutad looks down at his newborn child, his world shatters. His baby is not born as a human, but with snakes on its head. Instead of soft baby hair, small living serpents, dark green and black, are writhing and coiling on the baby's scalp. They are a part of her, connected to her skin, their tiny eyes blinking in the bright hospital lights. The doctors and nurses in the room are staring in silent horror. They are whispering to each other, their faces a mix of pity and disgust. Sutad knows in that moment that this secret can never get out. He knows that the world would never accept his daughter. They would see her as a monster, a freak of nature to be studied or destroyed. A terrible, cold resolve fills him. To protect his child, he must erase all witnesses. So Sutad shoots the doctors and nurses nearby with a gun so that no one will know about his baby. He pulls a handgun he was carrying and with a shaking hand but a determined heart, he eliminates everyone in the room who has seen his daughter's true form. The sounds of the gunshots are loud and final, a bloody secret born in a sterile white room. He and his wife are now the only guardians of their child's terrifying secret. Despite her monstrous beginning, the baby is born healthy and her parents name her Anna. Years pass, and Anna grows into a quiet, beautiful young girl, her secret always hidden from the outside world. One day, when she is old enough to understand, her mother tells the child about her history as a story. A dark fairy tale that explains the curse that runs through her veins. In the story, about 100 years ago, in a time of myths and legends, there lived a powerful snake god in a deep, hidden cave. He was a magical being, lonely and ancient. One day, a beautiful human girl who came to his cave to gather herbs caught his eye. The snake god fell in love with her mortal beauty, and the girl, charmed by his divine presence, fell in love with him too, and the girl became pregnant with his child. However, the girl was a princess of a country, and was already married to a powerful and jealous prince. When the prince noticed his wife's strange behavior and her mysterious pregnancy, he became suspicious. When her husband found out about the whole story, that his wife had been unfaithful with a snake god, his heart filled with a burning rage. Driven by jealousy, he took his soldiers to the snake god's cave, and in a brutal battle, he killed him. But his vengeance was not complete. Then he killed his wife who was cheating on him and his unborn children. In his madness, he did not realize that by killing a god and his own innocent family, he was bringing a terrible curse upon himself. After committing these terrible acts, he himself was cursed and died a painful death. But the legend did not end there. One of his wife's children survived. A single baby, born from the union of a god and a mortal, floated to the surface in human form. The baby girl was found in a stream by a kind hermit who lived in the forest. Then the hermit rescued the half-snake, half-human baby that had floated in a stream and adopted it as his own daughter. The hermit knew the girl was special and that the world would fear her. To protect her, he also gave his adopted daughter a powerful ring. a magical artifact made of dark, ancient stone. This ring allowed her to hide her true nature and live among humans in the outside world. When she wore it, the snakes on her head would disappear, and she would look like a normal human girl. When the hermit's adopted daughter grew up, she went into the human world and fell in love with a human. However, when half-snake, half-human creatures fall in love with someone, they completely transform into snakes. It is part of the curse. One night, her human husband saw that she had transformed into a snake, a giant, beautiful serpent lying in their bed. Any other man would have run in terror. However, their love was stronger, and even when he saw his wife's true nature, he remained with her without fear. He saw past the monster and still saw the woman he loved. Their love broke part of the curse, allowing them to live together, and their descendants carried the snake blood through the generations. And so the story moves to the present day, with young Anna, the latest daughter of this cursed bloodline, listening to the tale of her ancestors. In the story, we now meet a young man who is living his life freely. You will see Kao. Kao is a teenager who seems to find his only happiness through his headphones. Kao is always happy listening to music, and we see him now, out in the forest behind his house listening to music, bobbing his head to a beat that only he can hear. This forest is his sanctuary, his escape from the pressures of the world. Then Kao goes to his own little relaxation spot near a tree in the forest. It's a quiet, hidden place where he can be himself. While Kao is listening to music in his relaxation spot and doing something, like sketching in a notepad, he senses he is not alone. He feels a pair of eyes on him. Hiding behind a nearby bush is a neighbor girl named Anna. Kao notices Anna and tells her to come out, his voice gentle. He is not startled or annoyed. He seems to understand her shyness. Anna hesitates. Since Anna is half snake and half human, she first puts on a ring to make the snakes disappear from her head. With a quick practiced movement, she slips the ancient stone ring onto her finger. A faint shimmer passes over her, and the snakes on her head retract, replaced by beautiful dark hair. Only then does she step out and show herself to Kao. After Kao and Anna talk for a while, a quiet, shy conversation between two lonely people, Anna goes back to her house. A small connection has been made. The next morning, while Kao is studying in the classroom, his thoughts turn to Anna. He is not listening to the lesson. He is doodling pictures of the forest and the mysterious girl he met. His teacher notices that Kao is not paying attention to his studies and warns him to focus. We learn that Kao is happy on the outside, but in reality, he is constantly bullied at school and is a victim of his parents' divorce at home. He is an outcast, just like Anna. Music and his secret place in the forest are his only escapes from this sadness. During the day, Kao usually goes to his own place to relax. Today, unlike before, his neighbor Anna came to him again. However, Anna watched from a distance because she was afraid that Kao would see her true self. She did not have her ring on and was scared that he would see the snakes on her head and run away in terror like everyone else would. But Kao is different. He sees her hiding and calls out to her. He can sense her fear. Kao told Anna that he was not afraid of her true self because he wanted to get closer to Anna. He tells her that he feels like a monster sometimes too, and that she doesn't have to hide from him. His words give Anna the courage she has never had before. Trembling, Anna showed Kao her true self. She steps out from behind the tree, and for the first time Kao sees her as she truly is, with the nest of dark snakes writhing on her head. At first, Kao was scared to see Anna, his eyes wide with shock. But as he looked at her terrified face, he saw not a monster, but a scared girl. And so, he accepted Anna's true self. After that, Kao gave Anna an Ogami doll, a small handmade charm, as a sign of their friendship and trust. Then he went home. After Kao left, Anna felt a strange mix of happiness and dread. She was happy that someone had finally accepted her, but she knew her secret was also a danger. She went to a nearby chicken coop to feed the snakes on her head. The snakes were a part of her, and they needed to eat. A short while later, the chicken coop keeper heard noises in his chicken coop and went to check. He found the chickens dead, scattered on the floor, some of them partially eaten. So when he went to investigate, he found a large snake in the chicken coop. One of the snakes from Anna's head, which had grown in size to hunt. So the chicken coop keeper got scared and ran away, screaming in terror. But as he ran, he looked back and saw Anna standing in the shadows. Anna also turned the chicken keeper who was watching her into stone. It was an accident. His screams startled her, and in her panic, her ancient power lashed out. A strange light flashed from her eyes, and the man froze in mid-stride, his face a mask of terror, his body turning to cold, gray stone. Anna was terrified when she saw what she had done and ran away. This was the first time her curse had hurt someone, and she was horrified. When Anna arrives home, her father is angry that she is late. He can sense that something is wrong. Then, her father asks her where she went and tells her not to get close to the people around her. He has spent his whole life protecting her secret, and he knows that any connection to the outside world is a danger. In the next scene, we meet Benjamin, a DSI officer. He goes to the crime scene as a detective for a crime in the city where Anna lives. When Detective Benjamin arrives at the crime scene, he sees a chicken coop worker who has turned into a stone. It is a bizarre and impossible sight. But Benjamin is a methodical and open-minded investigator. Benjamin doesn't know the cause of the crime, but he finds the clue that Anna left behind: a single, strange-looking snake scale. The police begin their investigation. They learn from witnesses that a young person was seen near the area. So the police went to the nearby school and told the students to report their missing person if they see them. While the rest of the class is listening to the police chief, Kao is not listening and is drawing pictures of Anna in his notebook. At that time, the student who always bullies Kao sees him drawing. Later, thinking that Kao is trying to steal his girlfriend, even though this is not true, he beats Kao up after school. Kao takes the beating silently, as he always does. That night, Kao goes to his private place and shows Anna the drawing he made. It's a picture of a beautiful, vibrant market in the city. Kao invites Anna to go to the place in the drawing he drew. At first she refuses, terrified of being around so many people. But Kao shows her ring and says that if she puts on the ring, she will become human. And so, Anna accepts what he says, agreeing to go on a real date with him. Meanwhile, Detective Benjamin is trying to find the answer to the crime. He carefully examines the crime scene evidence. Then he goes to the police chief and explains that the suspect at the crime scene is a half-snake, half-human creature like Medusa. The police chief is not convinced by the detective's words because they are strange. However, the detective tells the police chief that he will find the culprit. Back at Anna's house, her father is becoming more strict. While Anna was studying, she asked her father for permission to go to the market with a boy named Kao. Her father stopped her, worried that something might happen to her. However, Anna went to the market with Kao despite her father's objections. She sneaks out of the house, desperate for one night of normal life. But in her haste, she makes a terrible mistake. Anna left the ring that allowed her to transform into a human at home. At the same time, the strange events in the town are getting worse. Detective Benjamin and the police went to a crime scene at night. When they arrived, they found dead buffaloes lying around in a field. When they tried to examine them with a stick, the body of the dead buffalo exploded and snakes came out. Hundreds of small venomous snakes pour out of the carcasses. When the snakes came out of the buffalo's stomach, the detective and the police team got scared and ran away. The snakes that came out of the dead buffalo's stomachs went into the city, a plague unleashed. Meanwhile, Anna and Kao arrived at the market. For a little while, everything is perfect. They played games at the market, laughing and having fun like any other teenage couple. But their happiness is short-lived. While they were playing together and going home, they run into one of Kao's friends from school, the same one who had bullied him. The friend was scared when he saw Anna and asked Kao what they were. He could see the snakes on Anna's head, which were now visible without her ring. Kao told his friend to calm down and not be afraid. But when Kao's friend saw the snakes on Anna's head, he started to scream in fear. The screaming panics Anna, and her curse takes over. Anna turned Kao's friend into a stone. Anna saw what she did and ran away in terror, and Kao followed her. The police at the crime scene later find the stone statue and the bully, who is the only witness. So they arrested him, thinking he is involved. After the incident, Anna's body begins to change. Her legs turned into snakes and her whole body was about to turn into a snake. The legend her mother told her about is coming true. In desperation, she finds her ring and put it on in time and turned back into a human. Meanwhile, when the snakes that came out of the dead buffaloes arrived in the city, they entered the houses and killed people. The whole town is in a state of panic. The snakes are coming into the houses and killing people. So the whole town is asking Detective Benjamin to solve the case. The detective, overwhelmed, tells the people to seek shelter, but he knows he needs to find the source. The detective asks the police chief to find a new person in the town, believing the culprit is a recent arrival. After a while, the student who bullied Kao, the one who saw Anna at the market, came to the police station as a witness. The next day, the detective tested the witness who saw the suspect himself and smiled because it was true. He now has a face to go with his theory. In the next scene, Anna went to see Kao. Kao wanted to know more about Anna and asked about the snakes on her head. She told Cow that she had to wear a ring when she was with people, and the ring protected her. As they talk, their connection deepens. Cow kissed her because he was in love with her no matter what. The detective team went to Cow's house first to confirm the witness's story. When they arrived, the detective asked Cow's mother if Cow was there. But Cow's mother, trying to protect her son, lied to the detective that Cow was not there. The detective team was helpless, so they waited outside Cow's house. After a while, the detective team saw Cow go out and go somewhere else. Cow went to Anna's house and told Anna that the police were looking for her, and told Anna to run away with him. Just then, Anna's father arrived and drove Cow away, trying to keep him away from his daughter. The detective, who witnessed this incident, went to Anna's house. The detective asks Anna's father for permission and questions his daughter. Then the detective tells Anna that he knows about people like her, revealing he has encountered such creatures before. Anna believes the detective and shows her true identity to him. When the detective sees Anna's appearance, he is shocked. He then tells Anna that he will help her return to normal life. But it is a lie. As the police waiting outside Anna's house are shocked because the snakes have come to them, chaos erupts. Anna's father tries to shoot the detective, but the detective shoots Anna first with his gun and injects Anna with a syringe he brought, a tranquilizer designed for supernatural creatures. Enraged, Anna kills the detective with her snake and drives away with Cow in a car. The police give chase. Anna and her family hide in a monastery and are chased by the police. They manage to evade them for a while. While they are trying to escape, they meet the school bully again. In the confusion, Cow and Anna are arrested by the police. As she is being arrested, Anna asks her snake to protect Cow. However, a nervous police officer nearby shoots the snake with a gun. But the bullet passes through it and also hits Cow, killing Cow. When Anna finds out that Cow is dead, she hates the whole town and reveals her true identity in front of everyone. Her grief and rage unleash her full power, and she turns everyone around her into stone. The police, the bully, everyone who was there. At that moment, everyone runs away because they don't want to be turned into stone. The police team immediately arrives at Anna's place. But when they try to arrest her, everyone who tries to arrest her turns into stone. After the police team is dead, Anna chases after the person who killed Cow. At that moment, the detective arrives, having survived. And when the gunshot is fired, Anna dodges it and knocks the detective unconscious. Then Anna tries to catch and kill the man who shot her boyfriend. At that moment, Anna's father arrives and tries to shoot Anna, believing that killing her is the only way to stop the monster she has become, but he fails to kill his daughter. At that moment, a miracle happens. Cow, who has been shot, regains consciousness and comes to Anna. He tries to give her the ring, pleading with her to come back to him, but in her blind rage, Anna turns him into a stone. The sight of her beloved Cow as a lifeless statue finally breaks through her anger. Anna regrets turning her boyfriend into a stone and turns him back into a human. Her love is stronger than her curse. Then Anna and her father go home, and everything is over. The town is left with a terrible secret and statues of its citizens, a permanent reminder of the day they pushed a lonely girl too far. Anna and Cow are together, but they are now forever outcasts, their future uncertain. The story ends here. If you want to watch good movies like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.